Hey, bless up, fam. What's going on? Hope all is well. Hope everything is good for you. Hope life is treating you well. I hope that today brings you joy, peace, and just tranquility. My apologies. I'm coming in apologizing because, as you all know, I live in North Florida, but North Florida, some of you all may not know, certain parts of it is in Central time zone, and certain parts are in Eastern time zone. Every day I bounce back and forth, right? So when I set up this live originally, I set it up. Sometimes my laptop or my phone does not convert over. So I set up the live thinking it was in Central time, but I realized it was on Eastern time. And I apologize, fam. It's not being disrespectful. It's not thinking about y'all. I love you all. I look forward to this thing and I apologize. So please understand when this happens, I want to go live at 9:45 Central time, but 10:45 Eastern time. So just to let y'all know, when y'all see that squirrely stuff, just go ahead and hit me in the inbox. Said, Gigi, Eco, you done messed up. You done messed up with the scaling. It's not Gigi, it's me, you know. But some of y'all can reach Gigi a whole lot easier than you can reach me. So nevertheless, bless up, bless up. I appreciate y'all coming in. What's up, Shy? What's going on, family, man? Bless up. Timothy, what's going on? Bless up to all of y'all, man. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Put some T's in the chat. I'm thankful. I don't know about you, but I'm thankful. What's up, G Hud? What's going on? What up, what up, what up? Queen, always good to see you. Bless up, bless up. Shalom to you too as well. MHW, what's going on? Good morning. Glad we made it. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that we able to sit here and fellowship on this beautiful, man, it's a beautiful morning. I don't know about you, but it's a beautiful morning. It's overcast, but it feels like not winter, to be honest with you. It feels like fall. And if I could just allow it to get only this cold, I'm good. But I know it's going to be a beast because we had some cold mornings. We dropped down into the 30s this week and the prior week. I have to have my lights on for my chickens and for Shaka. Shaka right here. Y'all look at Shaka. He ain't gonna leave my side too much. You know what I'm saying? Shaka almost caught a nice doe yesterday. Shaka was running and yelling and running. And I was standing there on the edge down on the property, and then all of a sudden I saw this doe just running with his tail, or the white tail doe just running. And right there behind him, Shaka. Shaka was running through the woods after this doe. Fortunately, he didn't catch him because, yeah, good luck on that. On trying to catch them doe because they can run through these woods like it's nothing. Good morning, y'all. I appreciate that coming in with hitting the thumbs up. Apologize in advance for my little nose. I'd hate doing that on live, but I didn't bring no tissue with me, so I might be doing this throughout the live. But I appreciate y'all sticking around with me and appreciate you being patient with me. Country Hustle 101. What's going on, Country Hustle? Bless up, bless up, bless up. Put them T's in the chat, fam. We got to send up blessings, man. Let's send up these blessings. Let's send up virtual blessings, which we're going to tap into. We're going to tap into this thing because we're going to transition from the tangible physical stuff into the virtual world. And if you're not willing to do this, I wish the best for you. But we're going to talk a little bit about finance, financial futures, while homesteading. Some of you all are still saving for your land. Some of you all have bought your land. Some of you all have started your homestead. And there's a lot of uncertainty, right? But let's talk our way through this. Let's walk our way through this about all of these uncertainties. And then let's bring it to a nice foundation to where we got a game plan to move forward. So we're going to go into that today. Appreciate y'all coming in. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, y'all. Put some T's in the chat. I don't see enough T's, man. I see G Hug got some T's. I see G Hug got them T's. We got Country Hustle. I need more T's, man. We got to radiate blessings, fam. Radiate them. I mean, we got to infect every single portion of this world, whether it's virtually or whether it's tangible, touchable things. You know what I'm saying? So let's put some T's in the chat because we ought to be thankful for life. We lift our heads up. We're able to move around. We're able to just flow. Our blood flow through our body. Our cells do what they need to do. Our immune system do what it need to do. Put some T's in the chat, fam. That's all I'm asking. Be Rich, what's up, man? What's going on, man? Bless up, and thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for helping to sponsor this channel and to. Okay, I'm checking on Shaka because Shaka always up to something. But thank you so much, man. Really appreciate that. Queen, thank you for putting them T's in the chat, man. Let's make sure that we sending up a positive vibe throughout this whole world. So let's go ahead and jump into this. Fam, funding your homestead in 2025. I don't want you to get caught up into all of these naysayers. People talking about election, people talking about the economy, people talking about technology, people talking about a lot of stuff. Over my years and being here, we have to get serious about our funds, fam. Whether we like it or not, having a homestead is not cheap. Having land is not cheap. If you're trying to live on it, you're trying to, I used to think that you go out here, once you go out here, you clear your land, you maybe live in a hut, live in a tent. But a lot of people talk the talk. You take the sand and you take these trees and then you build this and then you make this paste and this paste will insulate this. And then you do a stove burner and you do this. Them lies, man. And I guarantee you they're not living them lives. Because reality is it takes a lot to develop your land, to build if you buy raw land. Now I'm talking about people that buy raw land like what we did. If you're buying raw land with no structures, no infrastructure, no land clearing, this land was, when we got here on this land was pretty much like, you see in that thicket right there, that's how this whole property was where we are now. And then now we have some clearing areas, but guess what it takes? It takes finances. Even if you got your own equipment, you still got to put diesel. Do you all know how expensive diesel is? Right now, it's nowhere expensive as when we first started to clear this land. Diesel was off the chain. And we got to pay attention to our finances, fam. A lot of times we have these grandiose visions, these grandiose thoughts and ideas, but the reality says it takes money to make things move. It takes money to get certain people's attention. It takes money to have things to happen. And so I want to talk about, if whether you're buying your land, you're saving for your land, or you just bought your land, or you just starting your homestead, let's talk about some financial challenges that you may face. And let's talk about some solutions on what you can do and some things that I've learned through my process that really helped me. Because all of these things is just for information. What I'm giving you is just information. It's not telling you what to do. It's not guiding you what to do. I'm not a financial expert. I by no means have I felt like I have accomplished all of the things to teach you. But what I am doing is sharing some things that I have done, that we have done as a family, as a unit, some sacrifices that we have made. And I just want to share them with you, and you look at them for entertainment and you do your own research, because by no means am I guiding or telling anybody what to do. So with that all out of the way, let's talk about it. Let's go into it. So as you all know, in order for us to procure our land, these 20 acres in Florida at 2021, I'm putting all of this here because I don't know when you might watch this video, but I want you to go back and I want you to look at price of land, real estate market in 2021. It's calming down a whole lot more. People property value has, sale value, I don't mean by value, but their sale value has decreased $150,000. I'm watching the same property that was advertised in 2021 going for 150 to $100,000 less than it was in 2021. So we bought at the height of real estate market, and it was going crazy off the chain, right? It was challenging. There were bidding wars. We found several properties. We were putting in bids and quotes every week, multiple bids and quotes every single week. And we were asking overpriced because here in the state of Florida, they had doing, this was right after the pandemic. There was a lot of people moving here. There was a lot of people saying, hey, if I got to work from home, I'm going to be living in a nice tropical, nice access to water, to beaches, that type of area, right? They wanted something where they could really, really enjoy themselves, right? And have great weather. Because right now it's the middle of December. And look, I put this on just because my shirt tacky, but I don't even need this. I can walk around in a short sleeve comfortably right now in the middle of December. So there's a high demand. And one thing about property, it's all about location, location, location. So I'm saying all of that to say is it's not easy, fam. And you got to have something to exchange for something else. Whether it's your credit, whether it's a loan, whether it's assets that you can trade or use it for collateral, or whether you got hard, cold cash. And we all know what the dollar is doing. The dollar is the value. Every day we go to the store, we pick up some, we buy goods, and there's certain goods. Technology prices have not increased that much when you buy technology type items. Actually, a big screen TV, you can get a TV that can cover up your whole wall for cheaper than you can to go to the grocery store now these days. That's how we getting right now. You know, if you had to pay for your grocery for the next 30 to 60 days, it'd probably be higher than you buying a 80, 70-inch screen, flat screen TV now. That's the world we come in. Education is getting crazy. They projecting anywhere from $400,000 to $500,000 just to get a bachelor's degree in the next 5 years. I said 400. Let me be clear. $400,000 to $500,000 just to get a bachelor's degree. Education is starting to become more and more not attainable. But we're going to all have to open up our minds, open up our ideas, and look for those opportunities where we can maybe look at some virtual education. We can look at YouTube for education. We can download books, download audio books. We're going to have to get to the part where we don't get caught up in all this news and all this media, and we don't get distracted, and we don't get depressed about what we're doing. Because I don't know about you. Do you remember the last time when we had an election? You remember what happened to your wallet, to your pocketbook, right? Do you remember who sat in your house during last election? What I'm saying, fam, is don't pay attention to all that hype, all this other stuff. We watching all of this. I don't know. It's so much coming at us in so many ways. It's like the pandemic was nothing now. The amount of different ways to distract people for us, financially, aliens, AI, virtual world, we watching all kinds of stuff come at us in so many ways. And I'm telling you, seize you and grab you a piece of peace, just a space of peace. Because whether you live on it or not, you need to get you some places of peace. And if you're barely making it right now, you barely funding where you are right now, and you say, how in the world can I get me a place of peace? Somebody got to go without, fam. Somebody got to go without. And my question is, do you let billionaires go without, or do you let yourself go without? And I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you what I've done. It's sometime where I'll be like, look, the hell with all of this. I got to step away somehow, some way, and I got to get what I need to get. And the math ain't mathing, right? Somehow I got to say, I'm finna sell a car. I'm fixing to go ahead and pay $5,000 down on my principal on some type of object, whether it's a boat, whether it's an RV or whatever. And I'm finna take this cash when I sell it, or take this month to month that I no longer have. Fam, I ain't saying it's easy, but somehow you got to liquidate whatever you got. Some stuff is not necessary in life. Do I need a boat out here? Do I need a certain style car? Do I need a certain model car? You might do, but make sure it make sense. Do I need 3 cars? Do I need 4 cars? And it's only one of me? Do I need certain accounts, certain subscriptions? Do I need a certain motorcycle, bike? Do I need a certain thing? Whatever it is, take into account what you spending, what's going on. Go ahead and build your budget, lay your budget out. I don't care if you find $10 to just say, I don't need this $10 monthly payment. That's $120 a year. And we're gonna start real micro, and we're gonna build. If I got a 500, 700, so I've talked to a gentleman. He said he paid for his wide body Challenger. He paid about $800 for 72 months. $800 a month for a wide body Dodge. $72 months at $800 plus. And I'm asking, fam, what are we doing, fam? What are we enriching our lives with? And he work every day. That's what he wants. That's what he wants, right? I ain't knocking it. But I'm just saying, when things get a little tight, based on the world that we've lived in prior to 2025, things ain't going to hit the same, fam. I keep warning many, many people about AI. Do you understand that they are talking about bringing in robots? For every 1 to 3 people, there will be 1 robot. Do y'all understand what's going on? Do you not understand that robots will communicate with each other in the cloud? They will do what we won't do as a people. They will communicate and they will collaborate. So you got 1 robot that may be talking to somebody in Israel, or maybe talking to somebody in China, or Okinawa, Japan, or Canada, or Hawaii. And they learned something, and then they share it in the protocol, and then they download that within that robot that you got right here sitting next to you. Yeah, that robot raking, that robot is preparing different things for you, doing this different stuff like this. But do you understand the rate and speed of intelligence that will abound, and how quickly? Do you understand the disruption that will happen over these next 10 to 15 years in our lives? Fam, we got to get ready. We got to wake up. We got to get serious. And we got to find ways that we can be self-sustainable. Because when you come out here, there ain't no jobs knocking at your door. When you come out here, there's no great careers out here knocking at your door. When you come out here, the price of goods still are at the price in the city. Some of them might be a little bit cheaper, but when you look at the pricing that they giving you jobs out here, it's expensive. To me, it's more affordable to live in the city making good money than it is out here. And some people say, I disagree. They don't realize, because they've been in the pot for so long, they've been boiling so long. If you ain't making but $10 to $12 an hour out here, okay, $14 an hour out here. And yeah, things are cheaper, but are they really cheaper if you're not making that much money? So when you come starting your homestead, we need to start thinking in 2025, we need to start thinking about securing our financial stability. Let's start buying things that creates wealth. Let's start, and I'm saying buying, I know a lot of y'all said investing, assets and all that, but listen to me, change your mindset. When I buy a wash machine, maybe I should buy a wash machine that's energy efficient, or maybe I should buy a wash machine that, if we build in a community out here in these woods, it's a coin machine, right? Or maybe I need to recycle the water. We need to start thinking about how can it pay for itself to exist. And if it can't, we might need to question the percentage of how much we spending. So out here, you're going to have to either do virtual work, you're going to have to do some investing, you're going to have to do maybe shipping, drop shipping, maybe delivering. You're going to have a skill set, a trade that you can barter or sell, and it's high demand, and you're going to have to be good at it. Now, understand that if we understand robotics, AI is coming in, we need to start opening up our mind to investing in some of these things, right? Let me ask you a question. If we saying one robot for just about every 2 to 3 people in the future, who's building the robots? Where the metal coming from to build? Where the plastics coming from? Who's manufacturing? Who's innovating? How does the robot move? Is it hydraulic? Is it pneumatic? Is it pressure? We need to find and do searches on manufacturers that supply all of this stuff. And then we need to start looking at investing in some of those companies, right? Moving forward. Who's making the chips? What are the chips made out of? What organic, natural materials? Because all this stuff coming from the natural, right? What systems are driving, right? What companies are driving? Let's start thinking about things are changing. Now let's start looking at use AI to tell you what is being built of. Like, okay, who's building these chips? And then list me 5 top companies that are growing with technology. And I want you to key this stuff in. I want you to go to an AI, chat, GBT, whatever, go in and key in, says, what top technology companies are developing robotics? What top technology companies that are projected for 200% growth over the next 10 to 15 years? And it's going to kick you out a bunch of different companies you probably ain't never heard of. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to look at it. I want you to go research that company. I want you to find out about that company. And don't be emotional. Don't be like, oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. No, go ahead and invest in them. And then take some of those stock trades and look for 10 to 15-year investments. Think about the logistics of that. How will they be distributed? Think about the logistical companies on how they will be distributed. Think about the partners. Also, do a search and look at what type of companies are investing in these companies. Hint, hint, you see BlackRock, you see NVIDIA, you see certain type companies. You might want to align yourself with them. You might want to take a look. You see Musk, or you might see what companies, Google and find out, or AI and find out what companies does Musk own or affiliated. Go ahead and send it out there. And then you'll see a multiplicity of different pieces. What companies are BlackRock investing into? Send it out there to the AI. Let the AI work for you, fam. Then when they give you that reading, give you that listing, start investing in some of them companies, because I want you to be successful in moving forward. Because jobs, conventional going to work, will not be in abundance in the future. We're going to have to use our intelligence. This is the technology, intelligence, information age. So the way you've been thinking about going and get this traditional job, going and doing this, it will not be available in wide abundance in the future, fam. You're going to have to start using your technology mindset, your information age mindset. If you got a skill, a trade, some organic things, you need to start learning how to monetize that, right? It could be YouTube, it could be a bunch of other stuff. But later on in the future, you're going to see the YouTube and pimping, and you're going to have to try to diversify what you're doing, because they're going to start fluctuating with your money, because it's going to be an overabundance, because people ain't got no jobs, ain't got nothing to do, and they're going to be flooding this platform, fam. And that algorithm going to be playing around, going to be toying around, and it's going to decide what's going to be good and what's going to. So you may not have a good solid footing. You might be doing well now, but you're going to see a bunch of instability, right? What exchange we'll be using, right? What future digital technology exchange? You make that determination which one it is. And then one safe thing that you might want to do is diversify with it. Some stuff you might need to take a chance. If I ain't got a $10, $15, $20, I might need to look at some chicken change type of technology stock. We call them penny stocks, right? But if you own about 100 or 1,000 shares of that, and if you done your investigation in the next 10 to 15 years, them 1,000 shares could be $1,000 a piece. It could be $2,000 a piece. It could be $5,000 a piece. Fam, wake up. Do not sleep on these opportunities because everybody's mouth is frothing. But some of us as African Americans, we in despair. And I don't understand why, because we need to ride that wave too. We need to wake up and face reality. You can't change where you are. I am here right now. I can't change that. So while I'm right here, I got to do what I got to do, right? So you can run from the truth, but this is going to be a worldwide impact. It's not just going to affect just here in the United States. It's not going to just affect other countries. It's going to affect wherever you are. And those that have figured out how to seek those opportunities and capitalize on the opportunity, they're going to be okay. Those that got their head in the sand, they don't want to talk about it, they don't want to look at it, they don't want to pay attention to it, they will suffer. Bottom line, they will suffer. Because inflation is constantly doing like this with your wages. This is inflation. It's leaving a bigger gap. So how do you mitigate that? What you mitigate that is whatever's driving that inflation, you start investing into that. You invest in what's driving that inflation, and then you'll start seeing where you start to maybe not catch up, but then you start to slowly bridge that gulf and slowly bring it together, fam. So moving forward in 2025, I get it. We get these New Year's resolutions, but one of our New Year's resolutions should be investing in technology, investing in these businesses, having part ownership of these businesses. Let's stop being afraid. Let's start using these resources. Right now, AI is free. Something tells me in the future, Google may not be accessible to everybody. These chat GBTs may not be accessible to everybody. And my question is, if you don't have the revenue to maintain and keep, because let me tell you, in my eyes, when I first got out here, maybe I can sell some eggs, maybe I can work on some lawnmowers, maybe I can grow some fruit and sell some fruit. That's all nice and dandy, but let me tell you, fam, you got to put out a lot of eggs. You got to put out a lot of fruit. You got to do a lot of infrastructure. You got to do a lot of maintenance on a maybe possibility. And you got to know a lot of people on how to do it, because selling eggs ain't going to cut it. Selling fruit ain't going to cut it. Selling herbs ain't going to cut it. The only way you're going to do it, you're going to have to seriously 10x it, 100x. Now 10x ain't even popular now. They don't even blink their eyes at 10x. We talking about 100x, 1000x, right? So this little fairy tale world of kumbaya, we out here, we doing this, we doing that. In 2025, we need to get ourselves ready, because there's going to be a boom and there's going to be an explosion of advancements. And when these boom and explosion of advancements, you better get on a comet and ride that comet, because that comet is going to soar. And open your mind and listen to some of these young people that's out here doing it. I listened to this one young man. He's in South Florida. He went from negative 30,000 and now he's multi-millionaire. And the youth are already saying, and people be like people my age, mind be blown, like the new million is like 100,000. Fam, these numbers are going to change, fam. The way that this technology is driving, because it's not going to be just you investing. You got AI and technology going to be investing too. And those are going to be you're gonna have transactions running 24/7. All this working 5 days a week and only doing this, and this machine does not stop, fam. Trading will probably happen just like the cryptocurrency field. You're gonna get trading 24/7, 7 days a week. You're gonna have instability. You're gonna have all kinds of different stuff going on, and they opening up option trading with different coins and all of this stuff. I'm telling you, the banks are now starting to get involved with some of this. They're starting to use these coins as assets. Do you understand what I'm saying, fam? So now, for instance, Bitcoin. If you got Bitcoin, you can use that as an asset. This stuff right here, this wood, gold, house, cars. If you own some of it, you can use it for collateral. You can use it to monetize. And what the big people saying, I ain't selling nothing. So how are they making money if they're not selling nothing? Same way they did with housing. Somebody will get a prime piece of real estate and they'll buy the house. They'll lease the house out. They'll Airbnb the house out, right? So that house is no longer just pulling from your resources, right? And they'll stay there sometimes. And meanwhile, this house is generating income. Then guess what they do? They borrow from that house, right? They take that money and they live off that money. And then they invest a part of that money instead of saying, hey, I got $500,000 of equity loan. They'll say, I'm taking $50,000 because that's all I need for this year. And I'm putting the 450 into something else, another piece of property or another investment. And then that investment going to generate me money to pay back that $500,000 loan. And I'm going to pull out some money on top of that. So now this year I'm making $100,000. We got to wake up, fam. We got to get to the part where we be like, if you buy the land, if you get some land, maybe you do need to put some Airbnbs out there. Maybe you do need to put a kennel out there. Maybe you do need to lease part of your land if you got cleared land. You know, don't focus on right now. We need to start getting ourselves positioned into the future, moving ahead because it's moving fast. And you all know those that are doing well during bad economic times do very well during good times, as a rule of thumb. So now these are opportunities. Everything is young, just like they had cars, manufacturing cars, right? Just like they had the computer, the chip. About every 20 years or so, we get a joke or a new innovation. This AI and robotics is the new generation, and now it's time for you to light into it and grab hold of it and ride this wave because it's going to jump off and you don't want to be left behind. You do not want to be left behind because I don't know if y'all seeing these areas of the United States. Look at Hawaii. Look at parts of Hawaii. They're getting rid of people that do not have. They same way they did with Native Americans and reservations. They putting people in places. They crowd them up on top of people. Native people that have been there since the beginning of time. They are moving people. They are compartmentalizing people and creating these camps. And they are taking over all the beautiful natural resources. They're taking over everything. And they're doing it with no frowns on their faces. They're doing it with no excuses. And I'm telling you, fam, you don't want to be the meek in this situation. You want to ride these waves and you want to be in the mix, because if you're not, you're going to get consumed. And we fixing to get ready to see people taking property. We're getting ready to see people taking cities, revitalizing cities, because I'm telling you, the mood and the swift and quickness of technology. When you got a machine that's learning everything that you've known in your life, and then it got access to millions of people, we're going to see these machines truly show us who we are. We're going to see robots really show us who they are. I use robots so you can physically, tangibly see it, but it's really the technology. The technology is going to show us who we really are. and it's going to process that information. You can't determine the output. You can determine what you put in something, but you can't determine what you put in, where it comes out. So I can program, imagine, shocker now, a robot. No longer do I have a dog, but I got a robot. He know how to smell. He know how to see at night. He know how to run. He know how to jump. He might even, the guard dog may be able to fire off something, right? He know how to heal. He know how to fetch. He might even know how to get my favorite drink. They're not just studying people. The information coming in is plants, herbs, animals, nature, the galaxy. Fam, this is real. You're going to have what we think about, what we use these things. They say you can go out of space back in the days with the amount of technology this is. Do you understand the rapid pace that you're going to have machines making machines, learning how to innovate, learning how to do different things? They're already talking about on the health industry. It's gonna hit the health industry like crazy. It's pieces. The most intelligent person is in a lab. He's gonna be able to collaborate with a multiplicity worldwide. We're gonna have villages in Africa that's gonna have mainframes outside of them. They're gonna have technology. They're gonna utilize these overly educated countries that's unprivileged. They got network lines running from underwater, under oceans, fiber optic lines running through oceans to India, to Africa. We're going to watch Africa and India just turn to the new America. India will not be the same like you think it's going to be. They're going to travel freely. That's going to be the new middle class. Parts of Africa is going to be the new middle class. We're watching cities just build beyond our wildest imagination. We're going to have rural, undeveloped areas just become just spectacular. Why? It's not just in the Middle East, fam. Why? Because they're going to get the same opportunities that we've been afforded. Just watching the internet right now, we're able to sit down with tables we've never been able to sit with. We're able to learn about finances and money that we've never been privy to, we as Black people. You can find conversations that you would never had that conversation with. I don't care how many other people in your culture had. And it's out here for free. The same thing is being downloaded into these computers. They said that the difference between AI and innovation is you got a coffee maker. The coffee maker got a timer. You set the timer. You program the timer. You put it, you load in whatever creamer, whatever sugar, whatever. You load that in. And then you put it in there. And then when you wake up in the morning, it goes and it creates your coffee. That's not AI. That's not AI. That's technology, but it's not AI. That's something that's been programmed, been driven. Difference between that same coffee maker. The coffee maker sees you moving as you sleep through infrared technology, through waves, through all of that. It noticed that you have a pattern. By the time you start rolling over, moving around, you're getting ready to get up. It also understands that based on your chemical, you breathing out, you doing this, your pheromones, your heat, your heart rate, it understands that you might not be feeling chipper today. AI says, the coffee maker says, let's come up with a great coffee blend, and we're going to mix a multiplicity of blends, and we're going to take technology with a lot of people throughout the world that has the same experience that this individual has when they woke up out of the bed, and we're going to find out what's the best picker up or what's the best coffee blend to do, and we're going to create a blend, and we're going to put the right creamer, the right sugars, the right flavoring. We're going to put everything together, and then as you get up, it's going to know your habits. Like, it's going to study your habits because it's been studying you for the longest. This is what this AI coffee maker does. It watches. It knows you're going to go to the bathroom. It knows you're going to probably sit down. You may pray. You may do something. You might brush your teeth. You might do this. You might do that. It knows your patterns, and it calculates the approximation of when you would enter into the kitchen, and it's still taking in your data. It's still understanding your heart rate, your pulse rate, all of that, and it may remix some of the coffee and may pivot. But then once you enter into the kitchen, it has the coffee at the right temperature that you like, the right flavor, and it's a chemical stimulant at the right chemistry to allow you to just be feeling whole and amazed. And it pours you your coffee. And it already knows that you want to know the temperature, the time, the weather, and it kicks out a bunch of information to tell you, welcome, good morning. And it understands the voice tones. It understands the tone that you would like. It understands the frequency, the volume that you would like, and it speaks perfectly to you. And it gives you all of your information that you want to know or you're curious to know why it makes your coffee. That's AI. Fam, it's going to happen quick. It's going to happen fast. Are you ready? Financially, are you ready? Because all that going to work, driving in to work, doing this and doing that, stuff in the move fast, fam. It's already going to, if somebody send an email, it's going to have auto response already with the answer. Somebody send versus me, class example, get the email, they sent it on Saturday. I ain't looked at it. Didn't look at it on Sunday. Get up Monday morning, I might look at it. I get to it when I get to the office. Then I go do my routine. Hours later, get to the office, go in, start at my computer, go to the bathroom, come back, sit down at my computer, speak to somebody, say something to somebody, and then I look at the email. Then I go and research and send a response. AI gonna have that response in seconds after they sent that email. That's where we at, fam. So financially, invest in the technology. Embrace technology. Don't shun technology. Do your fact finding. Who are the people, who are the organizations in constructing and building this technology? And at the ground level right now, get some of these $14, these $2, these 30-cent stocks, get some of these $1,000 stocks, get some of these stocks, because money will not be the same because they convert it to digital. You're going to see trillions of dollars being moved, and your brain is going to be like, I ain't never seen this kind of money no more before. Do you know in certain countries, they go to the market with a wheelbarrow full of cash just to pay for one or two items that we might pay $30, $40 for? That's the same way these numbers, these decimals, man, they're taking these decimals to a new level. You're not going to be able to compute or even understand, and everything is going to be fluctuating. You won't have consistent pricings. I just saw in the newspaper that you got this advertisement for such and such, and then by the time you decide on 2 days later to go to the store and go buy it because you've seen it in a newspaper, it been changed 15, 20, 30 different times, fam. Digital pricing, digital marketing, digital everything. You're going to be bidding for projects, for outsourcing. You're going to be bidding in reverse bidding for your job. You're going to sit down and say, I'm great at XYZ. I'm getting ready to apply. And I'm fixing to bid, competing against a robot, a machine, and people. And I'm going to bid it out. And guess what? You think the price is going to go high or it's going to go low? I don't know. You be the judge. I got to get to the chat. I apologize. I have not been in the chat. Let me jump in the chat and listen and see what y'all talking about. Y'all talk to me, fam. Don't let me talk my whole way through. I know I get on a rant. I was on a rant because I don't know. I just get. Okay, I'm going all the way back. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see if I see anything. Yes. Okay, G Hud says, yes, I'm with you when you're right, fam. eco neighbor, get your money right. We got to get our money right. And what I mean by money, I ain't talking about no greenbacks. We got to get over that greenback stuff, fam. When I tell you we got to get in the mix, we got to get in the mix. We got to look at digital currency. We got to diversify. Ain't nothing wrong with them greenbacks. But you're going to have gold. You're going to have silver. Guess what they make? Guess what the largest component of solar panels? Guess what some of the largest components of some of the chips? It's silver. Why don't silver make those gains like gold does? Why have gold separated itself so far in pricing compared to silver? Because they need it. It's almost like corn when they wanted to take corn to fuel, ethanol. If you make something that we have to consume on a daily basis, we need, if you make the value go up, then the food prices go through the roof and people can't afford, then you got people that's starving. You see what I'm saying, fam? So silver and these precious metals, these transactions going to be happening in the blink of an eye. It's too heavy to move silver and gold, and it take too many days. We got people that pay your check. If you get direct deposit, you get paid on Friday. They drop that check in that account on Tuesday. The bank made interest them days that them deposits are made because they know you're going to pay bills and pull it out. And so they make the interest on them days, and you think about millions upon billions of dollars being deposited, right? So they make a 3-day transaction. Everybody get a piece of it. Everybody look at it and hold it for a little piece of it. And then on Friday at 9 or 10 o'clock, they upload your money. And if you got a credit union or something like that, or another advance paying, you might get your check on Thursday at 9 or 10 o'clock, right? But we got to make sure that all them debits that you made, they go through first. So we got to have you in the negative by the time your check come in. We won't never pay you your check first. We're going to download your check last after you done swipe, because you know it's going to come in, and then they're going to let that go through, and they're going to add them $35, $45, them $10, $15 fees. And then now you come in, when your check come in, you're in the negative, and then you watching your check drop in. Enough of that bull crap. All of that's gone, and them banks are holding their bottoms because they saying, man, now we're dealing with straight up technology like Cash App. When somebody send your money, you get your money right then, right there. We're going to watch people getting paid every day, not once a week, not once a month. We're going to watch the fast people getting paid based on transactions versus, well, we're going to sit there. You got to put in 2 weeks, and then you got to put in 3 weeks, and then you'll get a check. And then when you get it, all that's finna go out the window, fam. We finna watch stuff move so rapidly, so quick that our heads going to spin. All these old school heads, they just going to be spinning, fam. And then we're going to watch the youth be like, man, it used to take me 2 and 5 years to make that kind of money. It used to take me 40 years to make that kind of money. And you crying, and you, yes, because they in that cycle, man. People call them matrix. They in that matrix. And the thing is, all they know is what they know, what they are. We, on the other hand, going to see other pieces of it. Now, one great thing, if you over the age of 35 to 40, if you play this thing right, with sensibility, with some type of level of contentment, you're going to be perfectly fine. But you got to get on this train. You got to ride. You got to open up your brain to listen at some of these young people the way they say, I'm not working a 9 to 5. I'm not doing it, because they are conditioned and trained. They've been groomed. They've been downloaded information to know that that will not be their success in life. They're going to have to think outside the box. And if you in that sweet spot like myself, you listen to them, you follow them, you watch them, you'll see they're showing you survival techniques into the future. It might get a little squirrely because they're young and unlearned, and they trying to figure it out like we are, because we never seen a time like this, right? Imagine life before the computer. Imagine life before internet. Things happen so differently. Now, imagine life after technology. in technology advancement, AI. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different, fam. All right, let me get back into the chat. Budgeting, great topic, Eco. Yes, possible solution. Yes. Um, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than beg you to please, please pay attention to what's going on around you. And the old school way of make a little money, save a little money doing this, and don't do this and don't do that. You're gonna struggle, fam. You think about all I need to do is a 401k. 401k was never designed for you to retire, baby. You had Social Security, you had a pension, and then they came up with 401k. So let me just give it for y'all young cats. Originally, you worked a job. The goal was to work a job for a long period of time, and you had a pension. That was your retirement. Now, for those that may not had a consistent job or may had different challenges, they came up with Social Security. Social Security was there to kind of like keep you from just completely drowning. So you had your pension. Social Security was something to just kind of keep you stabilized. Then it got to a point where companies were no longer loyal to people and people were no longer loyal to companies because of the companies. And then they said Social Security was your foundation, which we know it was never intended to be your foundation, right? It really wasn't designed for everybody. It was only designed for a few, right? Then they said, oh, 403, 401. It's going to be a supplement to help you with your Social Security. So your Social Security is here, but a 401 is to bridge the gap. And originally, it was designed to take you, if you want to retire at 60 something or 59 or 58 years old. So that 401 and 403 was designed, 403 was for nonprofit, 401 is same thing, except one is for nonprofit, the other one is for profit. 401 was for profit companies. So it was designed to take you through that bridge and that gap. It's never designed for you to be stable. That wasn't the intent. But we kept listening to media, listening to people that we trusted and we believed, and then we thought that would be the foundation. My generation, just Generation X, will be the first generation that will retire without pensions as a whole. And we're going to watch a lot of people hurting. We're going to watch a lot of people suffering because they can't get back into the job market. And with this new technology on top of that, guess what's going to happen? It's going to crowd out them entry-level jobs, them low-hanging fruit jobs. And we're going to have to figure it out. And I'm with you, fam. I'm with you. I'm no different between you. But going back to this whole society, now you got the 401k. Now it's supposed to be your savings, which was never designed, was never built, never orchestrated to do that. And then we saying you might not have Social Security, right? And if you have it, it's going to be very limited. Then we came up with diversified expenditure, diversified, deferred comp, all of this crazy stuff. Once again, that's another crutch to a crutch to a crutch. What I'm saying, fam, I said all that to say, take hold of your wealth. Your time is your wealth. Your skill is your wealth. Take control of, still do whatever you're going to do conventionally, but take some of that money and put it in some of this stuff because it's new. Imagine if Michael Jackson was a stock, because that's what we finna get to in the future. Imagine Michael Jackson was a stock. Not only does the company, record label own him, but we all get a chance to own a piece of Michael Jackson, right? Imagine you bought shares when Michael Jackson was 6 years old versus shares when he was 30 years old, right? Imagine if you said, I put $20 into his stock price when he was 6 years old versus $20 when he was 40 years old or 30 years old. Your gains will be totally different and you will eat a whole lot longer, but you don't never sell the Michael Jackson stock. Listen to me, fam. Don't never sell Michael Jackson stock. Just say Michael Jackson stock was 20 cents per share and it got up to 100,000 per share when he was 30. So if you put $20 in a 20-cent stock, how many shares do you have? So guess what? over the years, you watch that price grow and grow. Don't sell it. What you do is you borrow against it to survive, and you take a piece of what you borrowed and put it into a print stock. And then you eat off of that piece, that small piece that you took from selling that Michael Jackson stock, and then you take a large portion and invest in maybe some Bono, some Prince, some Mary J. Blige, some Quincy Jones. You diversify and invest that. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to rise, and then you'll be able to take that and the dividends off of that, or the payments, or you sell some of that, or you borrow from that, and then you pay off that original loan from that Michael Jackson stock. And then you keep eating every single year. You still own that stock, and it still keep growing, and you still eating off of that stock, but you ain't never sold no stock. That's the world we're getting ready to transition with, where people are going to say, I'm going to own Bitcoin from now through generations. I'm not going to keep, I hate our name Bitcoin because that leads me down to something else. But you get the idea, fam. You get the idea. Think about it. Process it. I ain't trying to tell you what to do, but I'm trying to encourage you to just expand your mind and think about this stuff, man. Because, fam, it's going to move quick. It's going to move fast. And if you ain't on the boat, you're going to get left. And ain't no telling what's going to happen. People can't come for you and can't help you. People ain't going to be able to help you, fam. So just get ready. Just sharing your experience with us help us cut out our learning curve. You know what? That's my goal, fam. That's my goal, to help y'all to just not struggle the struggles I had. I ain't bragging, you know what I'm saying, Shot? I ain't bragging. I'm just saying. I mean, it come with benefit. Yeah, we get the heat of the heat, but then, man, I'm just saying, it just, I don't know. It's a reason why I crossed that line. It's the reason why I live in the beautiful state of Florida. Even though the sun don't always shine, but it's still good, fam. Still good. Good morning. What's up, Doug? What's going on? Bless up, my fam. Buy groceries equals get TV for free. You said that, Darthix. You said that. I mean, it's crazy how we looking at people actually paying car payments on a cell phone. A cell phone, people paying payments, years of payments for a cell phone. I don't know. 28 watching. I appreciate that. I appreciate anybody watching. And if y'all don't mind, hit the thumbs up for me, please. Thank you, G Hood. Thank you. YouTube University, all day, every day, baby. Better get it while you can get it. Let's see. Yep, received a AAA-S degree, all the associate's degree in computerized business for 20,000 plus interest. Wasted. Imagine if you put that $20,000. Wake up, fam. You know what? I'm just going to play with this. You did this, MHW. You did this. Imagine. I ain't telling nobody what to do, but I'm just saying, rethink what we doing, fam. Imagine I put $20,000 into a certain technology stocks, or even a large company, and I just worked a regular job, and I worked, and then 10 years, 20 years, 30 years passed by, and I may be 30, I may be 40, 45, and then I looked at that same stock I put that 20,000 in. I ain't talking. I'm just saying, it's certain things. It's just like this. It's certain things. I get it. Microsoft could fold. AT&T can fold. Procter & Gamble could fold. Goodyear could fold. But I'm saying technology stop. Don't be dumb, fam. We're getting ready to watch certain technologies that we know going to do well moving to the future, and they are a foundation for the platform. I ain't talking about no iffy stuff. I'm talking about it's certain things like cryptocurrency. When I say cryptocurrency, what company do you think of, or what entity do you think of? I shouldn't say what idealism do you think of? Whatever came into you, whether it's Ethereum, Bitcoin, or whatever, there's certain stabilities to certain industries. Focus on the stabilities to those certain industries, and no matter where you are in life, think about investing in them and invest in them and hold them. Don't play around. Don't get caught up with the emotional ups and downs of it, but then sit there and you hold them and you watch things change in your life. I'm just saying, just watch some things change in your life. Yes, the pandemics was just the start of all this mess. It's going to be a lot of disruption. It's going to be a lot of different things. They're going to play with your mind. They're going to play with your... I just hate to think about it, because people think about this. Man created cocaine, coke, crack, LSD. What do you think they were doing when they were doing that, fam? Let's have some grown folk talk. Since most of us grown folk, let's have some grown folk talk. What do you think they were doing when they were doing that? They were testing the waters. They was trying to get in that brain. They was trying to understand how would you react. There are tests that are done to us on an everyday basis, whether it's through your food, through your water, through the air, through immunization. There's tests being conducted. And whenever they're encouraging you and begging you to do this, our antenna should be lit up. We should be awoken and be like, why are y'all giving us this for free? Why are y'all allowing us? Since when have you ever cared about us in our society? What's going on? We need to ask these questions. We need to be like, have you ever seen a scary movie where, what's the sound? John, did you hear that? Shaka, did you hear that? What's the sound? Let me go check it out. But for some reason, free to all. We're doing testing. We're doing this. We're giving you this. We give you a rebate. We give you a discount. And no one says, why? Why is it free test? Why are you giving me this? Why are you doing this? Why aren't we asking why when it comes to that? But then we go into these woods and we walk and we turn a corner and some go, Rawr! And we be like, poor John, poor Rob. He was a great guy. Outstanding. He loved life. At least he was passionate about where he was consumed at, where he was mauled at. At least he died on his land. Man, he was a great guy. I hate to lose him. But next, let's go to next. For some reason, we do this stuff, man. And we don't ask. We don't ask these questions. Have y'all thought about growing enough to start selling at the farm? G Hud, I ain't got time for that. Much respect. I don't mean that disrespect. I ain't got time for that. The way this stuff going on, farmer markets ain't gonna save you. Growing your own fruits and vegetables to sell to other people, you better grow your own fruits and vegetables to eat, share amongst those that you love, to compensate some of the inflation. You better grow as much as you possibly can, because farm market ain't gonna save us in this ever-changing time. You're gonna need some hundreds of millions of dollars. It's finna move fast. It's finna move quick. They taking people. Go check out Hawaii, man. What they doing to the people in Hawaii, man. They're taking people from their native land. And this is the crazy thing. The beautiful people about different countries and wherever they from, they don't never say, we own this jungle. This is our jungle. They just say, we cohabitate with this. A deer ain't never say, this my land. Go check yourself, man. Break yourself off. Click, click. What you doing up here on my land? Nature don't work like that. Greed of man works like that. And what I had to do to get this land, I had to play the game. I had to play the game to get this land. So what I had to do, I had to exchange something for something. And then I was able to get this land. All I'm saying, fam, it's a vehicle You need to get in. You need to ride to get what you need to get, because this is not, oh, the love, the joy of nature, the feeling this and that. No, sometimes you got to come ready. Sometimes you're going to have to defend. Sometimes you're going to have to get aggressive and take care of what you need to do. You know, something come knocking at your chicken door. Sometimes you're going to have to deal with that. It's knocking at your chicken door. Sometimes when something come knocking at your bank account and you watching, man, I'm working 80 hours in a matter of 2 weeks. I'm working 120 hours in 2 weeks and I'm still ain't getting ahead. Sometimes you got to get aggressive. You're going to have to get aggressive. You're going to have to diversify what you're doing. You're going to have to not say, I don't work 8 hours. I should be able to take care of myself. No. When you're watching people to say, I work for 2 hours and I got more than what you got in a month or more than you got in a year. And they're going to be driving the economy. People that's going to be able to work the more than you made in 5 years in 1 month. They're going to be driving the economy. And I'm telling you, it's not just going to be here in the United States. It's going to be a worldwide effect. And when you're watching numbers just go like crazy, and then you watch the old conventional way we've been doing stuff, and you like, if even, fam, I'm just telling you, this something just hit me in my head just then. And I didn't call you. But I get it. I didn't call you, buddy. But fam, get down. Get down. Even some of the Amish has computers. They might not be connected to the network, but they done got computers. Only certain people. Stop. Get down. Get back. Even some people in certain communities understand that you need to advance in what you're doing. Now, eventually, they're going to understand they got that furniture they're making, they're going to have to sell it online. Now, they may have people, the leaders, the ones that are solid, spiritually, foundational, whatever, they may decide that they the only ones who had that connection. But they even understand that eventually, in order for us to sell our goods and services, we're going to have to go online. Now, if a horse and buggy people can do that, fam, we need to wake up. That's all I'm saying. We need to wake up. Because if you're thinking going here every day, I got $500,000 in my retirement, I got $1 million in my retirement, that's going to be okay. You need to wake up. You gonna have to think of some different ways to diversify what you're doing. That's if you want to keep your lifestyle. Now, if you don't want to keep your lifestyle, you don't mind living here off the land, you're still gonna need some resources. And when you watch, think about it. Every household primarily will have at least one robot. Every household will at least have one robot. There's fewer humans being born. Eventually, it's going to be like black folks in slavery. It's going to be more black folk than it is people that's oppressing them. So my thing is, they saying the goal is to have robots running anywhere from $30,000 to $40,000 a piece. Who paying for that, fam? Can you imagine paying $30,000 for a robot? You probably can't wrap your brain around that, right? But guess what? If they're going to be everywhere, something tells me there's going to be a vehicle to take us to where $30,000 ain't no money. It's a hidden indication to let you know how bad inflation fixing to get. Inflation fixing to get so great that 30,000 ain't nothing. If I had to tell just 50 years ago, tell my great grandfather that you paying $200,000 for a house, $500,000, $1.2 million for a house. My great grandfather said, "Boy, you crazy, boy. What you drinking, boy? What's in this bottle of water? What's going on with you?" Ain't no way in no world you're gonna pay, because he did not see what's coming, what's right now. Same way we don't really understand what's getting ready to happen. And if you ain't on that train, fam, you're gonna have a real disruption in your life. And when you have a real disruption in your life, you're gonna have to be able to adjust. Now, I'm not saying you ain't gonna be able to adjust, but you need to have that mind frame. And I said the better we equipped and prepared, the better we ready to embrace what we got. And you got to make that decision what you want to do. Right? Have y'all, let's see. Are you willing to sacrifice for your vision or dream? I still believe that with all this crazy stuff, I'm still gonna dream. I'm still gonna have a vision. You know what I'm saying? I just think we have to really come to grips with reality. I would never stop dreaming. I will never stop. But a dream, understand, dreams, it's like this. Okay, let me just say this, Queen. Imagine you had a dream of owning Tesla. No, a Bentley coupe. Let's just say a Bentley coupe. Just say you had a dream of owning a Bentley coupe. What happens when you own a Bentley coupe? What happens when you actually obtain what you dreamt about? And I'm going to leave it like that. What happens when you actually obtain your dreams? You have other dreams. You have other positions. You have other goals. You have other aspirations. I feel like I've attained a lot of what I dreamt about. Every day I get to walk out here when I can. I get to enjoy. I laid a lot of foundation here, but it was a dream to come true. Guess what you got to still doing? You still got to keep dreaming. You still got to keep going. That does not mean my dream. That's all. You own that Bentley coupe. It may be now I want a 1973 Pontiac Grand Prix. It may be the next dream, like I want a 2026 Denali. Whatever it is. Once you obtain what you dreamt about, then you have other dreams. You have other goals. You have other aspirations. It does not mean that you're giving up or quit, but it means you obtain your dream, and it means you move forward. And I don't know what moving forward looks like, but I know one thing. I do not want my family suffering. I got a grandbaby. I don't care if I put $20 to certain stocks or whatever in her name, or will it to her or whatever. I'm going to put some stuff where I don't want her like them people in the mountains in Hawaii going from place to place. They getting ticketed just for living on their own property. And what I mean by their own property, I mean, imagine me taking hey dear, you're here in these woods. I'm finna apprehend you, and I'm gonna ticket you. And we just watch this and be like, oh, that's so sad for them people. Oh, that's so bad. The same thing about now. It used to be just minorities used to get stopped by the police and do this, but now we watching. I know my rights. I know, and I'm seeing people of different races and different cultures. And I'm like, it was so sad seeing the black people go through, the Hispanic people go through. It was so bad seeing. Oh, my heart goes out. And then now we face it. Let me tell you, fam, when you see these things happen to people who don't have the resources we have, understand it's just a moment of time. It's just a minute of time. It's just a minute of time. And my question is, now, what happens to some of those who were up with the times, who were able to have some exposure to information, who were able to operate in the system and do well for the system, that was not just living this isolated type atmosphere? You know, I guarantee you, if countries and tribes of people really knew the intentions of some people, and this is not just about America, fam. When I'm talking about worldwide, greed is greed. Opportunists work in the opportunities. Stealers, robbers, they work in the same way. It don't matter what color, with race, with nationality. It's just life. It's just life. If I drop a piece of meat out here on this ground, something gonna come and pick it up. Well, that meat is such and such race. That meat is such a, they don't care about that. It's an opportunity. And where there's opportunity, if I go in the hood and I drop a stack of $100 bill, it's just a matter of time somebody gonna come pick it up. And that's life, just be life. It's the way of this world. We gotta take care of what we need to take care of. And we just looking for opportunities. And when them opportunities rise, we're gonna take it. The bottom line. Have y'all thought about growing another? Okay, we did that one. Let's see. I deleted some. Let me tell you, just take an inventory, Queen. Take an inventory, look at some stuff. Now, Queen, you delete the subscriptions. Just say they came to $50 a month. Just say $50 a month. Take them 50 and invest in a vehicle, whether it's stock, whether it's land. I don't mean just land is just sitting there like, ho, ho, ho. I mean, we're going to have to change our mindset to the part where when we are able to be sustained, then we can do some of this right here. We can do some of this, just relax and this and that. But take that and invest in something. And if you ain't sure what to invest in, think about what you utilize. Think about what some of the people that you know, you might not agree with, but you know they're financially successful. What they doing now? Use AI. I don't like this guy, or this woman, but I'm finna find out what are they investing in. Give me a list of some of their top investments. AI kick you back. Boom, boom. Take them $50 and every month that you were spending that $50, drop it in some of that. 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 Next thing you know, 5-10 years pass by, you be like, darn, these $50 added up. Darn, I got a little cheese here. Oh, this will pay for my grocery bill. Oh, I did a little bit over here. This will pay for my mortgage. Oh, I did a little bit of this here. This will take care of my cable bill. Oh, I did a little bit of this because my cable bill used to be $100, $150, $200 a month. Now it's $1,000 a month because energy is so widely grown. People ain't talking about this. Your light bill is going to skyrocket. It's going to go crazy. Technology is going to suck up so much. And who's going to pay for it? We are. Who's going to pay? Class example. Nothing against government people. Nothing against law enforcement, people tied to the government. You can have a community that's in poverty, right? Struggling. But guess what? The utility truck's still going to be running when they're working on service. You'll have law enforcement sitting in the car still running, the AC still pumping, the heat still going. You'll have somebody come and check your meter. They don't cut the car off. They just go in there. They go walk around and check your meter. And if you go talk to them, you say, hey, whatever, that car's still running. It's still. And guess what? When they run out of gas, get what they go do? They go back to the station. They go back to the hub. They go wherever they got an account with. And then they go fill that car up. Who paying for it? But I'm struggling. Every time I get out my car, I cut my car off. I can't leave my car running like that. Gas too expensive. I'm barely making ends meet. But guess what we doing? We paying for somebody to keep running their car, and we cheating our own self. Because when I get in the car, it's hot. I'm sweating. Or it's freezing. It's cold. But I got to suck it up. I got to sacrifice. But yet, every day, I'm feeding into the beast where they just sucking it all up. They ain't being responsible for what they doing. But yet, I'm sacrificing, my family sacrificing, but you good over there. It makes no sense, but that's what we living in, fam. We living in that world where stuff don't make no sense, but it's something we got to do. And I don't know what's the answer for that, but it is what it is. Let's see. That's crazy. The mentality to feel it's okay to waste such funds in this day is real. It happens. We do it. That's 57K. I don't know what 57K, Donald, but it is. I mean, money is money. You're right, Eco. Land and home prices are coming down here up north, Don't know how long that's going to last, but right now they have come down. Yeah, they come down. They come down because they were overvalued. They was inflated so bad, and now we getting that stabilization, fam. People were just pulling numbers out their crack, man. And if they neighbor sold a house for more than what they asked for, then they say, hey, I'm selling my house a little bit more, and then people bought it. And then the neighbor say, well, they sold theirs. I wasn't even interested in selling mine, but for what they getting there, I'm selling mine for that. And then you just got all these inflated prices. And then when you got all these inflated prices, guess what's happening? Now more and more baby boomers are settled in their home. They comfortable. They not looking to buy. And then we got Generation X. It ain't enough for us to keep the economy doing nothing. And then you got the millennials. Then you got all the ones coming behind. Some of them saying, I don't want no house. I don't need no house. I'd rather not even have a house. Don't want the responsibility. Don't want the obligation. Don't want the tie down of it. I don't care whether I rent this month and then maybe live in my vehicle next month and then maybe travel the world the next month. We living in that world. So the demand is not there and it's balancing, stabilizing the price of real estate. Vehicles are overly expensive. Robots aren't perfect. So you'll need people to fix them. So that would be a good trade to learn. Somebody gotta fix the robots. But fam, robot gonna be fixing themselves, baby. I ain't tell you that. The robot's gonna be fixing themselves. It's gonna know to come back to the station for repairs. We drive these cars, we get the alert, change your oil change needed, change your filter. Man, cars gonna drive themselves back to the station. Boom, boom, boom. Robot's gonna go back to the station. Boom, boom, boom. A robot gonna fix it. Robot gonna do what it need to do, and it's gonna be done. It come back. It's gonna hit your account with that fee for the maintenance, for the upkeep. It's gonna have that subscription, and you're gonna have just like they got subscription in cars now where you want your heat warm seats. You got to pay a subscription for heat warm seats. You know what I'm saying? They testing us. They've been testing us for the longest. Now, when we get these robots, man, when I first got that robot used to keep their house clean. Man, it used to do the windows too. Now it ain't doing the windows. You know what you gotta do? You gotta get an upgrade. You gotta do an upgrade, pay for the upgrade, download the upgrade. Then you gotta also pay for the subscription. You got platinum subscriptions, you got gold subscriptions, you got Bitcoin subscriptions, you got silver subscriptions, you got the bronze subscription. It really depends on what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy. I'm being silly now, but it may be real. It may be real. Financial analysis are predicting by 2030, 35 that 90% of unskilled labor will be replaced by artificial intelligence and automation. I didn't say that. Mr. Doug said that. I didn't say that. Is that a similar price to a Ford Bronco? I'm happy with my used 2010 Ford Escape, which I paid for with cash. Moving forward, all of these luxuries that we have, if it's not producing its share of existence, we're going to have to let it go. Notice, people used to buy cars, but now they do Uber. People used to put cars in the garage, clean them, wash them up, sit them up, pull them out on the weekend. But now we drive an Uber. People used to have car payments and paid on them cars and paid them cars off, or they used to pay for them cash, but now we drive an Uber. Everything will have to generate revenue in order to keep up with the amount of inflation getting ready to happen. Everything gonna have to. And whether we like it, whether we not. And we're gonna have to think and invest in our money moves as such. If I'm buying this goat need to be producing something for me to justify me paying for the food, the veterinary bills, the fencing, the infrastructure. We're going to have to start moving as such. I hate it, but in order for us to decrease the bleeding, to stop the bleeding, we're going to have to start thinking like that. You know, if I have a nice tool, a couple of tools, I might want to start a security business. If I do have these fruits, I might want to sell some fruits. And I get it. The fruits ain't for me to live off of. The fruits is for me to suppress the inflation, to keep to keep them dogs at bay, right? To pay for my trash, to pay for my sewage bill, to pay for my water bill, to pay for this, to pay for that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to diversify the way that we spend our money. We're going to have to really think about what we're doing, because otherwise we're going to have to be like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm finna live out here. I'm going to be a nomad, going to do this and do that, and let it go. And y'all think I'm being extra, but you're going to watch it. You're going to watch a lot of people say, I'm done. Unplug. Unplug me. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. People are making money with, okay, I see them stocks. I see it. I see it. They making money with it. Thank you. Appreciate that. Dorothy said the robots in the future. I think the robots are going to be mining the landfills for resources. The robots going to be. Dorothy said something, but it kind of rattled me a little bit, because I'm telling you. Let me give you an example what I mean by this artificial intelligence and robots. Like, I'm out here peeling around. I'm out here working. A robot going to have my knowledge of growing things, of having visions, of seeing things, but it's going to have a downloaded part of everything. Engineering, it's going to have architecture, it's going to have geology, it's going to have all kinds of stuff already there. So it's going to understand how to do the little stuff I'm doing and take it to a whole nother level that you never thought of. Wrap your brain around that, fam. Understand that it's going to take things to a whole new level. It's going to know how to pimp the pimper. It's going to know that pimping ain't pimping, but pimping is good. It's going to take things to a whole new level. So everything you can think of, like a lot of y'all got good ideas and a lot of all that kind of stuff, it's going to take all of that stuff and it's going to flip it. It's going to take it to another quantum that you ain't even ever thought of. And you be like, oh, I took that data from you. Some of that data came from you. But I just knew how to maximize it. I knew how to create whatever. But understand, artificial technology needs everything that exists has a hunger. Let me take my time and say this. Everything that exists has a hunger for something. Artificial technology will have a hunger for something. Now imagine if you own a part of what it hungers for. All of a sudden you become very valuable and needed. And all of a sudden you don't want for nothing. Think about it, fam. Everything that exists has a hunger for something. Make your money work for you. The dollar is on its way out. I don't believe dollar's on its way out. I just think it's going to be devalued a whole lot. And that's my opinion. You know, we respect yours too, Miss Queen. I don't see, I just think there's going to be multiple types of digital currency, because transactions will happen so fast that a tangible, physical, touching dollar can't keep up with it. You know, they already simulate. It's just like you invest or you drop something into account. It really don't happen at that point when you drop it in an account. It really is a process that happened behind, because I'm a business owner. I know how it is. You know, I just say I sold you a bunch of pullover polos. I sold you 20 polos. And then you took them 20 polos, you wrote me a check, or you downloaded, or you might send me you sent me a check. You gave me a check. I go take that check. I go to the bank. I take that check. They put it in my account, but it's really a hold on it until the money is transferred over there. Unless I've done a lot of transactions, they trust me, and then they'll just go ahead and put it in there, but that money really is not in there. They is waiting for the processing time of that check to make that transaction actually happen, because the feds got to do they sift them. If it's over a certain threshold, they got to do their clearance. They got to clear this transaction. I don't care whether it's a credit card or whatever swipe. They got to do their own thing. It's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes, and then it's actually sent into your account. Now, granted, you'll probably be swiping and using it, whatever. You think it happened instant, but it really didn't happen instant. Now, the difference between digital transaction, digital currency, which we got a taste out of it, which is Cash App. It's digital currency, right? But it's backed by dollars. It's backed by this and that. So it gives you this false sense that, boom, I just Cash Apped you XYZ. And so that happened instantaneously. But the currency, on the other hand, actually takes a while to process. The new way, the new technology now is it will happen when you click that button, or when you put in your key, whenever you put in your facial recognition, whatever you say, or whatever, it will happen at that point in time. And that's the difference between what's going to happen now and what's happening in the future. AI stock is up as much as 300%, and it's still going to continue to rise. In fact, did you know Tesla isn't the leader? Of course. Yeah, definitely. Tesla ain't the leader of nothing. It's a baby. When it comes to the industry, when you come to understand this, I want you to do a search. Look at, let me go careful, because I don't want to misinterpret. Look at the GDP in China and look at the GDP in America. Look at the GDP in Africa, Russia, South America. I want you to look at different GDPs. And then I want you to look at the population. I want you to look at GDP, and then I want you to look at the population. You're going to see that America is very wealthy per population. It's a big gap. And you're going to see that if you divide the GDP by the number of the population, you'll see the average amount per person, right? You look at how much we produce per person as far as generating, even though it's a false sense. I won't go down there. But then you look at the GDP in China. China is a small, young, I don't mean by small in size, but I'm talking about in economy. They haven't even scratched the surface on where they're going. When you look at the amount of undevelopment in China, some certain parts of Asia, I should say Asia, I shouldn't say China, Asia, they haven't scratched the surface on where they're getting ready to go. India hadn't scratched the surface on where they're getting ready. Africa hadn't even scratched the surface on where they're getting ready to go. When we level the playing field with technology and we give access to technology and resources, we're going to get a real visual of worldwide economic advances. And if you don't see the opportunities that are over there in Asia and India and Africa, then you need to go back and look at them numbers, because everybody know who to invest in right now. The money is spinning. Infrastructure, everything is spinning in some of those countries because the opportunity is so great. And they're going to get the new stuff, but it's going to be about like us. At one time we had all the trinkets. We had New York, we had California, we had people, Bel Air, we had all this. And then other countries were like, wow, must be nice. I couldn't imagine. The streets are actually paved. No potholes. They even paint lines on the road. They got parking lots. Wow. And then, now there was pockets in those countries where they would do, but now it's going to get wide. The perspective is going to get wide. Now, guess what we're going to be doing? We're going to be like, wow, look at Asia. Look at India. Look at Africa. Wow, look at them cities. Because it's new, but it's the same game. The controller's still pimping the same game. You know what I'm saying? It's new. So it's gonna look amazing to us. It's gonna look so amazing, but it's the same game. So you can go to those countries, do whatever you want to. Yeah, you can get in early right now, but it's gonna be the same game pimping out of it. It's still gonna be the same old game. It's just the stuff gonna be new. So places where it was rural, undeveloped, it's gonna start blossoming, it's gonna expand. You're gonna see houses, you're gonna see futuristic houses, you're gonna see downtowns futuristic, you're gonna see all kinds of stuff. You're gonna see all kinds of cool stuff. But it just ain't gonna be happening here. It's gonna happen here, but it's gonna be not as grandiose as some of these other places. Because guess what they got? They got people. Guess what they need? They need people. People are the currency. Your talents, your time is the currency. If they have accessibility to these fancy electric cars, to these fancy technologies, guess what they're going to do? They're going to procure them. They're going to buy them. They're going to utilize them. They're going to actually keep things rolling. The more we become aware and awoke, the less that we spend. We become like the elite, the rich. I'm not investing in that. I'm not doing that. I'm not spending this. I'm not doing that. Then guess what happens? The companies say, I'm finding somewhere else to play. And we're going to allow them to advance and do great things, right? Because we don't have to live there. We don't have to be there, but we can still reap the abundance from other places. And that's what we're running into, fam. So instead of complaining about AI, use it to our advantage. You better. I mean, you better. This is no complaining time. This is no, man, what happened? This ain't none of that. Because I'm telling you, if you don't get on board, you're going to really, really be left out. You're going to be really left out, fam. Blockchain, falling skies, what's going on? Homesteading and preparedness channel, blockchain. If you don't know what blockchain go, ask AI. Say, AI, can you please give me an overview of blockchain? Explain to me why blockchain is important. Fam, we ain't got time to go to no school and then go to the school, register for the school, and wait to fall semester. And then when you wait to fall semester, you go in the fall semester, then you go and you get onboarded, and then you go and then you tell a little bit about yourself, you tell a little bit about what you're going to do, and hopefully in 4 to 5, 6 years, you might get something out of that. And then the printed material that they done got, it's already antiquated. Everything's already old and dead. And then most of the people that are teaching this stuff, they ain't been no entrepreneur. They ain't did the stuff in the field. And if they have, it was last 20 years ago, 30 years ago. Fam, wake up. Wake up. Control your education. Control your input. Take ownership of your input. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Stop thinking about what used to happen and how it used to happen, and wake up and understand that this stuff is moving. It's moving quick. It's moving fast, and you're going to have to move a whole lot faster than what you're doing. We ain't got no time to read no books. If you're reading it in a book, it's too late. A book is too late. If you want to know what's going to get ready to happen in 2025 and you're trying to read it in a book, it's too late. By the time you view this video, it's too late. That's how fast they're moving. If they got time to write it, they got time to put it, they got time to get it edited, they got time to get it published, they got time to upload it, they got time to advertise it, they got time to send it, and by the time the advertisement get to you and you finally look at it and you say, I think I might do it next week, or the next time I get paid, then you do it, you buy it, you download, the next time you get paid, then you download, then by the time you read it and it take you over the next 2 to 3 weeks because you got other stuff going on you, it's too late. It's too late. It's too late, fam. That's old news. That stuff is gone. Evaporated. It's done. Can we learn from the past? Yeah, principles in life. Yeah, you know, you jump off of the front porch. You're gonna land on the ground, hopefully, because there's gravity. But understand, there's other nuances now. You get some young cats with these jackets, they might not touch the ground when they jump off the porch. So open your eyes, open your mind up, because we ain't got time. We don't have the time to do the old, antiquated, old school stuff. We're going to have to get a little bit dapper. We're going to have to get a little bit cooler. We're going to have to learn that there is a lot of information out there, and we're going to have to use that information. Now, allow our creativity to help us with that. But we got to wake up, fam. We got to wake up. We got to learn a whole lot quicker, a whole lot faster. You can't keep up, but at least get in the game, fam. Can't keep up, at least get in the game. Robot dog, yes. Yes, robot dog. Mm-hmm. Good morning to you, Sylvia. How you doing? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Beauty is her name, and beauty is her name. What's going on? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Yes, sir. Those new and remodeled homes and renewed communities, they won't be for sale, rent only. This time now is so important to get your own. Happy Mac, and they won't have a problem with it. The youth will not have a problem with renting, with leasing, because they are non-committal. I don't want no responsibilities. I don't want to deal with it. And guess what's going to happen? It's going to be okay, fam. It's not a bad thing for them, because that's where they come from. That's how they learn. That they understand. They got the concept we own nothing. We rent everything. This land here, I'm renting it. If I don't pay my taxes, even though I paid cash to have this space, but if I miss 3 years of taxes, guess what's going to happen? Sold to the next highest bidder. That's what's going to happen. So I got to pay my rent. It just so happened that my rent is not as expensive as your rent, because you rent every single month. I got to come up with one payment, and it's a small pinch of what you rent every month. But they ain't gonna know no better. Dang, it's gonna be so out of grasp, because we old folk taught them what to do to make it, and we don't even understand it, and we ain't even willing to save our youth to learn a little bit more and have our lessons learned, and then give them that tool to allow them to see things from a different perspective. If I had somebody young right now and I say, hey, owning land is important, but just understand that if you own land, you need to understand why you owning the land. Don't just own land and say this is a great financial piece. Don't do that. Don't do that. Have land to understand why you need to have land. You know why I own this land? Because I want walking trails. I want my own walking trails. I want to be able to walk by a tree and liquidate it. I want to be able to carve out roads. I want to use my imagination. I want to use my creativity. I also want a place where I can put fruits and vegetables and herbs and be able to just kind of indulge and just, this is my fun stuff, right? I don't want to have to speak to somebody every time I walk out. I want to be able to walk here freely. I want to be able to just enjoy the emptiness of quietness. I want to be able to have a place where I don't have to listen to a siren. I want to be able to have me a gun range without people calling along me. I want to be able to have bonfires. Like I already got like 3 sites for bonfires, because we're going to do some entertaining during this holiday season. And so my goal is I want to create a ambiance. I want to have a full-time vacation area where I live at. I want people when they come out here to be like, man, this is nice. It's natural, but it's just nice. I feel like I'm almost on a little vacation. I want it every day. So that's why I own land. Now, for some of you all, you might say, okay, I feel you, but understand this. A vacation can end at any moment, anytime. And I always keep that in the back and front of my mind. So things could change. They could pave a road. They could bring in an industry. They could change the whole layout of this land, this rural land. But you know what I'm ready to do? if things get where I don't like it, guess what I'm willing to do? Sold to the highest bidder. Because I'm making sure every moment that I possibly can, I'm enjoying my land. I'm enjoying this space. But guess what? If I'm renting, I don't like it. Guess what I walk away with? Nothing. But because I own it, air quotes, I can walk away with something. Will it be enough to take me to the next place? It depends on where I go to the next place. If I go somewhere, I leave Florida and I may go to Mississippi, Alabama, no dishing on that. Or maybe go to certain parts of different parts of the state that's less desirable. I could be winning. But if I want to go to the ATL, I go to Miami, I go to Orlando, I go to New York, I'm messed up. I'm poor, right? But you get to make that decision. That's the benefits of, quote, ownership, right? But we still rent. We all rent, fam. Fourth wave in the industrial revolution. Yes. Really? Yeah. I mean, in our time, we'll call it fourth in our little history, because this stuff been going on since existence. So it's just another level. The key is seek these opportunities to go take you to another level. Weird. A YouTube ad crashed my web browser tab. Thank you all. Thank you, Ed. All right. Let me skate down as far as I can. I don't want AI to answer my email. If AI can bill people and send the money to my bank account, I'm in. Oh, it will. It's already doing it. AI is already in healthcare, already in banking, already in customer service, already in telecommunication. AI is already there. It's gonna be so smooth, you ain't even gonna see it, man. You ain't gonna see it. Appreciate that, family, man. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. What's up, Kathy B? What's going on? Good to see you. Kathy B. Got them T's in the chat. One of the main deceiving thoughts of mankind is the independent mindset. No one person can make it alone, no matter the amount of resources that person think they may have. We weren't designed to be alone. I felt it needed that man should not live alone. Therefore, he gave man one man, whether you believe it or not. By creation, we weren't designed to be by ourselves. We need to function as a unit with a common purpose and goal, power, and success in the number. That's why I'm trying to beg people, please get on this wave with technology and invest in technology, because you're absolutely right, Toy. We can't do it alone. And how you can do it, you can contribute to the process that we can't stop, that we have no control over, but you can ride that wave and you can help you and help the ones that you love around you. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. We might not agree on how we get there, but we can get there. You see what I'm saying, fam? Your rants of yeah, you see me ranting out here. I'm sorry. I'm ranting because it's almost like I feel like Noah sometimes, man. You know what I'm saying? Both ways of Noah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Noah, like, fam, please, don't you see the what's his name? Paul Revere. They coming, man. It's coming. It's like, I don't know. I just if I could virtually shake you, I just want to virtually shake you, be like, fam, pay attention. Do not go towards the darkness. Look at the light and then see the light and get a mirror to reflect the light to then shine into a dark area to navigate where you want to be at. I'm just saying, change your way of thinking. We can't do what we used to do, fam. We can't do what we used to do. Silver won't lose value and it won't fluctuate like gold. I can't speak to what it will or what it won't do, but I know it's better than being broke. And we need it going forward. Nice rant. Oh man, I'm that obvious with my rants. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, I'm sorry. Y'all see I'm ranting. Y'all pulled it out. I mean, my dad used to cash use cash, resting high. He didn't believe in credit. You're speaking true. You know, I think Tupac said that we were born in the world, we didn't make it. Learn the tools. Learn what you're born into, right? No matter where you are in life, no matter what you're doing, no matter when you listen at this, you where you are right now. What you gonna do? You where you are right now. What you gonna do? Bottom line, I have 401k. You have to be active with it, not just let it sit there. Pension and personal broker and laying out things and skills to barter and trade, such as such as beekeeping, etc. All of that. Everything should be creative on resources and um, generating what they call it, residual income. I mean, everything should be working for you. Like if you had a pie of your life, you know, a pie should be just enjoying life, enjoying what you're doing. You know, like this land is a pie of my life, right? But then you got other pieces of the pie. You need something to be generating, even when you sleep, even when you're gone. You need something to need to be just working for you. If it ain't working for you, then you need to decide how much time you're willing to give it. If something is in your life ain't working for you, you need to decide how much time you want to give it. Because the end goal is to survive and to be kind to one another. And it's hard to be kind when you're struggling. It's hard to be kind when you're sick. It's hard to be kind when you just going through challenge after challenge after challenge. You can't never seem to get out of it. It's hard. It's hard to be approachable and favorable and want to be around somebody that's constantly struggling, right? You don't have to be like that. Question what you're doing. Think about what you're doing. Maybe do some things you wouldn't ordinarily do. Try to keep your spirit in a good place and then move forward, fam. It would be worth so much. I'm behind, so I'm not sure. IBM, Cisco, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, or whatever it takes, fam. Whatever vehicle it takes. I mean, just start thinking about it. That's all I'm saying, fam. What? Think about it and then put it to action. Don't just talk about it. Put it to action. Don't just sit here and look at it live. And some people say preach. I mean, call it preach. I don't care. Call it teach. Call it whatever you want to. Just as long as you get off your butt and do something, or long as you get them fingers to click, to drag, and open and close and transfer and do something. That's all I care about. They haven't folded yet though. It's a lot of cryptos. Yeah, it is. That's why I said do your research. And don't be afraid to ask somebody younger than you. Shit. You know, you trust the old folk. Y'all trust. Let me say this. Some of us trust more dead folk than we trust alive living people. Something wrong with that. And what you mean by that, Eco? You get a man that's been dead 200 years still telling you what to do through a law, through testaments, and this and that. It ain't nothing wrong with that, but don't let it be your whole source of information. Don't live, die, and breathe on that one dead man's dream and vision, right? How, okay, how can the spirit lead you if you ain't listening? How can the spirit work through another man if you ain't willing to listen to it? And when I mean my man, I ain't talking about no gender. How in the world can you let the spirit communicate through man if you ain't willing? You rather listen. So I'm dead and gone. and let that be the 100% of your truth versus, I don't know. It's just me. That's just me. I'm not gonna rant. I promise y'all. I'm finna ride on out of here, y'all. I done took up enough of your time. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes. We're gonna jump up out of here. And yeah, yeah, Rob. When they say they wanted to put things in our community first, I was very nervous. You better be. You better be. You better be. Cause old Rob, he was a good guy. Good old guy. Man. He loved nature. He loved people. Man, good old guy. Good guy. But he did. Doing what they did to the indigenous people here in America. Man, they still doing that stuff, man. And I ain't talking about no white man. They still doing this stuff, man. It's power, man. It's greed and power. I mean, you look at, since we talking about investing, you look at people that invest in certain things and what they invest in. Black folks investing in prisons. You know, we gotta understand the game and understand what's going on, right? Everywhere you go, it's a oversaturation in what they call the minority community. That's we the only criminals. You would think we all we do is criminalize. Y'all been watching me for going on 5 years on this YouTube, and you don't see me being no criminal, no nothing like that. But that's the idea. That's the perception. Lock him up. Lock her up. They so animated. I don't even want to reason with them. I don't even want to try to understand them. Lock them up. Remind me one time, I remember there was a bust at a compound, and the warden sat there. He had his big hat tilted to the side, and somebody had violated, brought in some contraband. And he was sitting there, had his leg crossed, and he let all the different guys come in there. And when they walked in, they were pleading their case, and let me tell you, and then he let them finish saying what they had to say, and then get what he said. Because he brought in a cart full of handcuffs, a whole cart full of handcuffs when he came in there. And some of us don't realize. Well, let me finish telling the story. He sat there with his leg crossed. He let him say what he had to say. Then he said, lock him up. Dude turn around. Next dude come into the room. He sit there. He said, lock him up. He came there with a cart full of handcuffs. You coming to the table and you don't even understand that this cart full of handcuffs. You can plead your case as much as you want to, but you still the end result gonna be lock him up. Fam, you can either sit here and look out the window and peek, or you can be like, look, I'm finna get into some of this here and get this done, so I don't have to be at the point where I have to come to that table and ask this person for nothing. What you do, you don't have to go to the table to ask somebody who already decided you're going to be this way or that way. You own the table, the room, the place, everything. You own the place where he functions at, or she functions at, or the organization functions at. That's what you do. And people won't like it. People won't agree with it. But you know what you're able to do? Secure what you need to secure for you and your family. And it's so selfish, but yet we flip the scriptures and we see God is a selfish God. God don't want no one above him. Man is made in the image of God. Narcissist, selfish. Wait a minute. I'm confused. What are you fighting within? What you fighting within is what's been instilled in you. You think that rabbit says, hey, I'm a holy rabbit. Please don't kill me. That coyote, that wolf saying, I gotta eat. I'm fixing to eat. And you conveniently close to me. But we as humans, as men, mankind, get to make the decision whether you want to be the coyote, the wolf, or the rabbit. Now I get it. If you want to be that rabbit, that's cool. That's your thing. But if I get to make a decision where I want to be a wolf or a rabbit, I'm gonna be higher on the food chain than a rabbit. Now, granted, the rabbit live a good life. Rabbit got his own burrow, got his own nest, got a bunch of babies. Get it in whenever they can get it in. It's a good life for a rabbit. Now, don't get it twisted. Yeah, man, rabbit got it going on. A rabbit lifespan might be this big, and then this one might be this big, and then this one might be this big. But it depends on how you're doing it between the middle to the end. We all got a part to play, fam. But with this thing coming up with this technology, I'd rather choose to be a more dominant piece than a servant piece. I'm just saying. What's up, Juicing with Jay? What's going on, my brother? What's up? GT Alaska grows. Ad will watch the first one. Appreciate that. China has the most millionaires. They are producing them back to back, and it's going to continue. Remember, fam, the youth told me this. I didn't know it. Millionaires are the new 100,000aires. Hello. Millionaires are the new 100,000aires. So don't get caught up on the millionaire. They still ain't running nothing. The world is paying attention now to certain areas, and they're going to create a new middle class, fam. That new middle class is going to feel like they just decades and eons above all of the average. And it's going to look grandiose because it's new. But understand, it's the same game. And if you're not thinking more than millionaires mindset, then you're just gonna be middle class. But some of us, we ain't got no problem being middle class. I ain't got no problem either. I mean, these days, come on, man. Your dog can feel it too. Yeah, he didn't like that I shunned him. He up there pouting up there on the step. I'll give him some love when we get off, but he can get overbearing. He'll be all up, and he scratches. I don't trim his claws, you know. I need him prepared out here. Watch them both. More money. That's what I'm talking about. Just options. It ain't about the money. I just need options. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you finna get whipped. Do you choose the belt, the bedroom shoe, the switch? I need options, man. This life is cruel. Life is beat you down. But give me some options, right? Or do I want punishment, time out? You know what I'm saying? Do I want to write a letter? I will not such and such. I will not such. Give me some options of how I get my whipping. You know what I'm saying? Give me some options. Don't limit me. 30,000 ain't no money when you think of all it will do. AI is coming strong. It will. And guess what, GT? I'm glad you said that. We're going to be begging for a robot because we're going to grow. Not only will we advance, our capabilities will advance, and it's going to enhance our life. I'm telling you, fam, we're going to see so much money that the dollar is going to be like nothing. We're going to see so many quick, rapid transactions that I don't even think we wrap our head around. That's why I'm saying get in, man. Get in, fam. Get in. My vision is to have sovereignty. Shauna D. Define that for me, please. As independent as I can be from the government. She already knew where I was going. Or he or she. All right. The happier I be. I don't think we're going to have that option. That's just my opinion. Because right now, I'm being watched. And I ain't talking about on no YouTube. Uh, we just in the government society. It's just different forms of government, period. My dream is to have 5 to 15 acres of land working towards that right now. Go on get it, family man. Go on get it. Any fancy car is gonna suck anyway. All my money being in the repair shop all the time. I better buy land instead. Buy dirt. Always first goal. System is set up not to foster social mobility. They test everything on they test on opaque people too. Everything. You got the haves and the have not. You got the pencil pushers and you got the keystrokers. System is set up not to fall. Okay, let me go down, fam. I'll be here all day. I love y'all, but I gotta go. I got some things I got to handle. Tampa's Creek, what's going on? Thank you, Gigi, for that gift. Thank you for blessing me. Man, I gotta come back and read these comments. I will go back and read them, but I appreciate y'all. I gotta get out of here. I've been on longer than what I expected. Much love, Country Hustle 101, Seed, Soil, and Sunshine. If I miss y'all, I apologize. I'm so sorry. Love you, Gigi. Good to see you in here. I'm sorry if I miss you, but I gotta go, gotta roll. Love y'all. Until the next time, don't forget to keep on growing. Grow. Till the next time, fam. Take care. Y'all ain't gone yet? What's up? Y'all ain't gone? What's up, Karen and Thomas? Y'all ain't gone? I thought I ended this bad boy. Hold on for 1 second. Peace.